All right, everyone. So thank you for being here for the November Business Connect call. Happy holidays, everyone. It's great to be here. For some of you, this is your first time joining. You're probably wondering, why did I receive this invite or why do I continue to get this invite? And some of you are curious. So this is what it's all about. We partner up with the Chamber of Commerce, the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce, to host these every month. And it was started about a year and a half ago by our city manager, Mr. Mark Presswich, who I don't believe he's on the line this morning, but he sends his regards. And he's the one that started this to collaborate with small businesses so you all know at all times what the city has in store, the type of grants that we have, and what kind of initiatives we're doing. And more importantly, the types of sectors that we want to get into. Our valley is growing substantially. We want to make sure that we are competing with all of them. So this is what it's all about. And more importantly, networking. We want to make sure that every single person leaves here with a contact, a new idea. Maybe you met someone, you heard them speak. So everyone's going to have an opportunity to do a quick little breakout room for about 5 minutes. And I'll explain how that works so it can be more, or everyone has a time to share. But before we get into all that jazz, and again, happy holidays, everyone. We have a few special dignitaries this morning that have joined us because they believe in this call and they believe the mission that the city of Hemet is going. So I would like to pass the baton. I'm running here a 100 sprint dash, and I'm going to pass the baton to none other than the city of Hemet Mayor Jackie Peterson. Mayor, passing you the baton right now.
Good morning, everyone. Ben's right. We did see a lot of you same people last night, and there's a lot going on in the city for the next 6 weeks. So I just want to say up front, if you have invited myself and the city council to some event, we would love to go to all of them, but there's multiple events on one night. And if anybody says there's nothing to do in Hemet, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because it is crazy. Ben has been organizing stuff for our city, and we are looking forward to the holidays. And there is just so much going on. So thank you, Ben, department heads, and everybody that is having a part in this, and the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Coca, and your team. We had a mixer last night that was very good. And then we had to dash off because Senator Rosalisi Ochoa was in town. So we went to a town hall last night in at the library. And I know Ben is going to tell you about all the great things happening at the end, but I just want to say one thing that might not be on his radar is this evening there is a telephone town hall with Supervisor Gutierrez, and it's from 5:30 to 6:30, and he'll cover topics such as housing and homelessness, animal services, and transportation. So if you can Google his website or just say Hemet Town Hall, I'm sure it will come up, and then you could join in at night tonight. Excuse me. It's been a long 24 hours. It's 5:30. So anyway, that's it.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor. And I agree. This whole week has been a very long week for the city of Hammond, but nonetheless, we're here this morning, and Maya is on the line, so she'll go ahead and put the information for the supervisors town hall meeting. So in a few minutes, just click on the chat box, and you'll be able to get the link there for later on tonight. Moving forward, I would like to also introduce our City of Hemet Vice Mayor, Linda Krupa. Vice Mayor?
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you. And both Jackie and Ben are right. This is a whirlwind to the end of the year. Lots of good things happening. I'm excited for all of the good things happening in Hemet. And Ben, thanks for all your work. I'm sure you are on energy drinks all day long. But it's good to see so many people on here. I think we have an excellent program this morning. I've met Magda before and listened to know what she does, and it's just a phenomenal program that she handles. So I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to the breakout room and meeting some new people.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Ben.
Vice Mayor. And I was giving her a few minutes, but Maya put the information in less than 5 seconds, so it's already on the chat box for the supervisors town hall meeting later tonight. Thank you, Maya. And before we get into the breakout rooms and we get into our guest speaker, this is a partnership with an amazing Chamber of Commerce. the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce. And we are very lucky to have them and partner up with them to be able to enhance our not only our business community, but all the community events. So I would like to pass it on to the board chair, Coca Launchman. Coca, please.
Thank you, Ben. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. I cannot believe it's already here. It's exciting, as the mayor and the mayor pro tem was talking about, and Ben has been talking about. We're just coming off the hugely successful State of the City, and then it hasn't stopped. It seems to keep going. So really excited, Ben. Appreciate you, how you're doing, what you're doing. Actually thank your wife, I believe, your wife and your kids for sharing you with us. So we thank you, and I want to thank the mayor, city manager, and the council for hiring you, bringing you, and promoting you to a director. So thank you for that. I just want to make one quick announcement, and then I will keep quiet. I'll go into the your session rooms that you're setting up, which is a lot of fun, by the way. Those of you who are not Chamber of Commerce, Hemet San Jacinto Valley Chamber of Commerce members, please become a member, because we have an incredible holiday mixer coming up on December 18th at the beautiful Saboba Event Center. You're going to have a blast. You're going to have a great time. Each member gets to bring 4 of their employees. So please come join us. Just if you haven't received the email from the chamber, Dorothy should have sent you. If not, you can just come on to our website, click on the QR code, and register yourself. So please do join us. And I want to thank our mayor, Jackie, and our Linda and Ben and Tom too, even with this injury still there, for showing up for the chamber mixer last night. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you, Coca. And for those that are not aware, next month we're having our big Christmas parade. Coca, did you want to mention that real quickly? Did you mention that already or no?
No, go ahead. The parade, I figured you were going to talk about the parade.
No, please go. I'll pass it to you. More information about the Christmas party.
Okay, the Christmas party is on December 18th, which is really a dressed up party that Saboba hosts it for our community here. And it's exclusively for the chamber members. So please come join us. And I'm sure Ben is going to talk about a Christmas parade that's coming up over there. Come and stop by at the Chamber of Commerce beer garden. Hopefully we'll have our mayor's margarita special again. So just swing by. Thank you.
Thank you to the chair of the Hemet San Jacinto. And folks, there are so many. Every single one here in this call is a local business, a dignitary. I'm just looking down the line here. Miss Cindy Limke, they're the former executive director. We have our commissioners, we have directors, we have business owners, we have workforce on the line. The reason, and we also have filming. So the reason I bring this up, and of course the Western Science Center, we have Eddie Cordell, who's really brewing up. So whoever gets to be able to work with him or go on the breakout room, he's into something else. And we got Jeff Thomas. So I'm going through the line here because we're going to do breakout rooms here in a minute. So I want you to start thinking, what types of questions, what do you want to get out of these breakout rooms?
I'm going to turn it off.
So, I'm sorry.
You're interested?
There it goes.
Huh? Aren't you
All
interested?
righty. Let me go ahead and
Yeah, go on.
there we go, everyone. So a couple of things before we do the breakout room. We have a lot of things happening in the city of Hemet. You may have heard me already last night, but I'm going to do what they call a speed round, less than 1 minute or less. We have our annual Christmas parade happening December 6th. You don't want to miss out. It's a Saturday. We have a parade coming all through Florida, and we're enhancing the Weston Park, folks. City Council just approved the beautiful ornaments that are going to be about 18 feet high, 12 feet wide. 2 of them at Weston Park, so people can come over, take pictures. They'll be there the full month. In addition, we're going to have over 80 vendors along Thompson and St. John, so you don't want to miss out the activity. The day before, we're having the inaugural Hemet Valley Christmas cruise, 200 lowriders starting from Winco, working their way down to downtown Hemet, parking there, and then having a great festival after. And then lastly, actually 2 more things. We have the inaugural Christmas toy giveaway in partnership with the Tim Moran Group. We're going to go around 5 stops, 5 council districts, and pass out hundreds of toys. And we're going to get into all that jazz, how that's going to look. So please look at our social media. And then we have the Tinsel 5K happening the following day. So I think the mayor stated it's nonstop, and it's going to be continuing nonstop. So we're very excited of all the things that's happening in Hemet. And folks, just wait until 2026. So without further ado, for those that have not joined us before, we're going to do what's called a breakout room. So I'm going to break out rooms into five. There'll be at least 5 to 8 people in each one, but I'm going to do things a little differently. Just a little a reminder. Each person will get 1 minute. If you can just please introduce yourself, who you are, title, and something that your organization is doing, something special that you want to share. So 1 minute each, go around the room, and that'll get us back into the room in about 5 minutes. Does the assignment sound clear, everyone? All right. So I'm going to assign the rooms in 3, 2, 1. Please go ahead. Please join your room, share information, contact information. Please go right ahead. We'll come back in 8 minutes. And then for those that are, if you're still here and you're having difficulty joining a room, you should be able to click join right next to the box that's asking you to join. Perfect. Thank you. We'll come back in about 5 minutes. Good morning. Thank you for joining. We just did breakout rooms. I'm going to assign you to a room, okay?
Okay,
Thank you for joining. I'm going to assign you to a room, okay? Don't move.
thank you.
There you go. Shannon, are you having difficulty joining? About 4 minutes, everyone. 4 minutes, everyone. 4 minutes, everyone. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you for joining. We're doing breakout rooms. I'm going to bring them back in 2 minutes, okay? If you're just joining, we have about 50 people in breakout rooms. I'll bring them back in a bit, okay? 2 minutes, Yvonne.
Ben, I was in breakout room one, and however, my device I was on was not working, so I had to
Oh,
log off and use another device to get in because they couldn't hear me.
oh, got you. Thank you for that. Well, you're able to hang out here with me if you
No, I'm
like.
fine. It's fine. You can just leave me in the background. It's just
Perfect.
nice to be able to listen. You don't even have to call my name, sir.
You got it, man. We'll get started in about another like minute and a half. I'll bring everyone back in, okay?
Not a problem. Thank
Thank you,
you.
man. Absolutely.
And we look forward to seeing you on December 1st.
Thank you, man. And where is that going to be, if I may ask? Refresh my memory.
You sent an invite to ranching, no, something K Ranch.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Perfect.
You sent an invite to myself and Jennifer, the
Now,
lawyer.
I remember now. Thank you for refreshing my memory. I'm looking forward to it. Um, the one that's been here for multi-generations, I believe. What a great person.
Yes. Yes. And she's in court today, so she couldn't get out of that.
Well, I'm sure she'll be well represented today, you know?
Thank you. I'm just sitting in the background, sir.
All right. Let me bring everyone
Thank,
back in now.
thank you.
Hello.
All right, everyone. I just closed the rooms. I'm bringing everyone back in here, slowly but surely. We'll give it about 2 more minutes. 20 seconds. Apologies for.
Gee, Ben, you're being extra nice to us today. You let us have extra time in the breakout.
Did you notice that or no?
Yeah, no, I actually made a comment saying Ben is being too kind today. What's up?
I figured, hey, I wanted everyone to really get to know each other this morning. So everyone, thank you for being able to connect. Now, I'm actually going to do something a little different this morning. What I want to do is after we do the breakout room, I just want to see who you met and something about that business that you met. So Lorenzo Gonzalez, you keep popping up in my screen. Who did you meet? Who are you? And tell us who you are. I'm going to do this every month now.
So my name is Lorenzo again. I own Good Hope Air Conditioning here in town, Hemet, and I'm really bad with names, but I was just comment something about the meeting rooms like in person, like the deli, something about the deli in downtown.
Uh-huh.
So something I want to start is I want to start meeting up with business owners, and I'm a big believer in Jesus Christ, and business sometimes gets really challenging over time. And I would love to share, just hear stories, hear about how business owners overcome their challenges and be able to share that to other people. And I don't know, I just have a big heart when I help out people, want to spread the word and get to know people, get to know their real hearts. And here, yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, everyone. And we are about ready to go for our guest speaker this morning. We're very excited to bear with me here. Let me get some. And at this time, if I can ask everyone, if you can please mute yourself if you haven't done so already, so we can get our connect call going. So if you have not done so, please go ahead and mute yourself. All right, everyone. So we're going to get started here. We are very fortunate to have a great guest speaker. So for those, again, it's your first time, on top of all of the great networking and businesses you're meeting, we have a guest speaker as well to inform businesses of all the business solutions that they have at no cost are also local constituents that may want to hear of all the great services. So this year, we've had many guest speakers from the Hemet Ryan Airport, excuse me, to Adam from the SoCal Gas Company, and the list goes on and on and on. So this month we have Magna Stewart, the CEO of the Trauma Intervention Programs, also known as TIP, from out of the Riverside County. Magna has been a local realtor for almost 20 years. She has been married to her husband Jay for 31 years, has one daughter and 3 adult children. Magna enjoys time with the family and friends. One of her favorite things to do is bowling. Wow. But nothing more is that she enjoys is giving back to the community. She has been a volunteer for many different causes for most of her life. In 2005, she became a TIP volunteer, and she knew after experiencing a few calls that TIP would become a long-term commitment for her. In 2015, Magna took over the operations of the Riverside County chapter as their CEO, and she has made it her primary goal to expand TIP's current services areas and eventually provide TIP services county-wide. TIP currently services most of the Southwest Riverside County and parts of Coachella Valley. Everyone, without further ado, a round of applause for Magna Stewart. Magna, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate you having me here today to be able to share our mission. So everybody know that I do have a set of questions that Ben had sent. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down the line of the questions and try to answer them as best as I can. And then I hopefully have time for Q&A.
Magna, just to kind of also keep the flow going, what we'll do is we'll just kind of bounce back ideas and kind of go from there. So you don't even have to worry about reading the questions. I'll take care of that. I want you to focus on answering the questions. All right. So why don't you, I want you to picture we're on a big stage. There's 1,000 people there, at a big conference, and that's what we're doing this morning. So you just
perfect
answering the questions. So let's get to it. I read briefly a little bit about your bio, but tell us more about who you are in regards to work history, TIP, and more importantly, a little bio of who is TIP.
Perfect. Well, as I said in the bio, I just love giving back to the community, and I have been with TIP for 20 years. I love family time. My favorite thing to do is honestly, for relaxation, it's just floating in the pool. Summer is my time of year. So as you can imagine, I don't enjoy the cold weather too much. But TIP, who is TIP? So TIP is a nonprofit organization that was started 40 years ago by a mental health professional out of San Diego. And what was happening is, as he was having counseling sessions with his clients, he kept seeing the same thing coming up over and over again. And that was the clients' complaints about what the emergency system lacked, or their perception of what it lacked. In other words, in my trauma, they focused on the scene, but they didn't have time to answer my questions. Or my husband's body laid on the ground uncovered for 2 hours in the heat. Things like that. I was in the hospital waiting room telling jokes with my friends, and I didn't realize my mother had died in the ER, and they hadn't come out to tell us for a long time. So our founder, Wayne, figured, what would it look like if we were to train just regular neighbors to help neighbors? In other words, just regular everyday citizens. What if we were to train them in providing emotional support to the survivors on scene, and also train them on how to provide that practical support and how the emergency system works? What would that look like? And that's how TIP was started. It was started out of San Diego. We are a national organization right now with 15 chapters nationwide. And basically, our mission statement is our citizen volunteers will provide emotional first aid to survivors of tragedy in order to ease their immediate suffering and facilitate healing and long-term recovery. So basically, a citizens helping citizens model, right? So that's who we are. what happens with TIP, and I'll go over how it works. TIP is an actual on-scene response. So we have first responders. They're the ones that call for our services. So either law enforcement, fire departments, hospitals, paramedics can call us. And if there's a trauma, they call us out. We arrive on scene. We take over those survivors' needs. We provide that emotional support. We handhold. We give a shoulder to cry on. But we also provide answers, whatever answers they may be having on scene at the moment. We can usually answer that. And if it's something that we don't have an answer for, we let them know, you know what, let's give our first responder partners a few minutes to do their job. And then I'll go and try to get the answer for you. We also provide resources. So we are active on-scene response the first 2 to 3 hours of a tragedy occurring. What happens by us being on scene, we also become a force multiplier for our first responder partners because it allows them to focus on what they're doing. It allows them to get it done a lot faster than they would having to be interrupted all the time. And most of the calls that we go on are death related, not all, but most, I would say 96%, 97. So what happens is if there's been a death and it's not a coroner's case, the coroner is not taking jurisdiction of that body, our first responder partners can clear the scene and get back into service, knowing that we remain with the family until a mortuary has been called, until the mortuary comes and picks up their loved one, and we leave that family with support and resources. Support if they have support, friends, family. But if not, we leave them with resources. So in essence, that's what happens. We go on all sorts of calls. We go on domestic violence. We go on drownings, fatal traffic collisions, a lot of, unfortunately, and I hate to say it, we go on a lot of suicides. We go on baby deaths. Someone just didn't wake up at home. Everything and anything that has a traumatized survivor and that our first responders feel that they could use our support, that's what we go on. We are a 24/7, 365. So we're on all the time.
And Magda, I'm going to interject there because I recently went to one your gala that you had about 2 months ago at the just locally here in Southwest. What a beautiful event! But it's that's how I was able to meet you, and more importantly, hear the stories that happen and the award winners for their sacrifice and their amazing service to the community. Now, you had mentioned citizen to citizen. How does I believe Brenda here is on the line from the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber. Citizen to citizen, how does one become a tip volunteer? I know there's different steps or classes one has to take, right? Because we have businesses here that may want to be a tip volunteer one day. So how does that look like? If you may walk us through that.
Absolutely. So yes, Brenda is one of our volunteers, and Cindy Lemke is actually our board chair. So I'm happy that they're in here. But to become a volunteer, all you have to do is go onto our website, tiprifco.org, and there's a button that you click, and it will ask you 4 questions or so, and all that is an interest form. What happens is our volunteer training academy is 8 in classroom sessions. The first half of the training, the first 4 sessions, are all about teaching the emotional first aid part, how to deal with traumatized individuals, what they're going to, understanding them and giving them what they need. The second half of the training is all about how to work effectively with the emergency system and how the system works. So we have folks from the coroner's office, law enforcement, fire, and hospitals come and speak. And that way, our volunteers are well educated on the system and their procedures so they can answer questions on call. Our volunteers, all of the 8 sessions are mandatory. Our volunteers commit to doing 3 12-hour shifts per month. as well as one continuing education meeting, which is mandatory, and we do that the first Thursday of the month. And also, we do screen our volunteers. We do a background check. We require that they provide us with their driving record for the last 3 years. So it is a commitment. The volunteers' shifts are assigned by the availability that they provide to us. So we ask them every month to give us at least 5 availability shifts for the following month. And from the availability they provide, we plug them into the 3 shifts where we need them the most.
Thank you, Magna. And how do you foresee, as you see here on the call, we have quite a few businesses. How does TIP or has TIP before partnered up with local businesses, and how does that look like? How does that model look like if a small business wanted to team up with TIP?
Well, there's many ways that businesses can team up with TIP. Obviously, we are a nonprofit, and as the nonprofit world, finances are constantly changing, and grants and funds being taken from one place and taken to the other. Businesses can help by either becoming donors or sponsors for our fundraising events, which I'll share in a minute here. But also, we do offer businesses a very condensed version of our emotional first aid part of our training. So we cover emotional first aid over 4 days, but for businesses, we have a 3 to 4 hour training that we offer businesses if they want us to come in and train their employees. On how to provide emotional first aid. God forbid anything happens at one of the businesses, they have in-house volunteers, basically people that are able to support each other in the proper way. They know what to say and what not to say and things like that. And then the other way we would love to partner with businesses, if there are businesses out there that promote volunteerism with their employees, we would love to partner with them because yes, one of our challenges is finances, but the other challenge is getting volunteers. Being a 24/7, 365 and doing the type of work we do is challenging, and it takes a very special and unique individual that is willing to put themselves out there and provide support for people that are traumatized. So if you support volunteerism, I'd love to speak to you about maybe a partnership where 1 or 2 of your employees can be trained as TIP volunteers, and if a call comes in, they can go out or they can volunteer on their time off, whichever. So those are ways that we can partner up with businesses. As far as our fundraisers for those businesses that might be interested, we do 2 fundraisers per year. One is a reverse raffle, and that is a simple one. And basically what we do is people who donate $100 to get into the raffle for the opportunity to get in are entered. There's only 150 opportunities, and we give away 3 $1,000 cash prizes. We usually have a sponsor to sponsor that giveaway, because if we don't have a sponsor, then we're gambling. So we don't want to gamble. We want to do a fundraiser. The other fundraiser that we have is we just did our 18th annual Heroes with Heart Awards dinner, and that's our biggie. At that event, we recognize our first responder partners that we've worked with that have gone above and beyond. They have a job to do, and that's what they focus on. But sometimes while we're on calls with them, we see them go above and beyond in the area of compassion with some of the clients. And we want to make sure that these people know that we see that, and we want to recognize them for it. And we want to encourage them because it just builds community between the first responders and the clients, the community. So that event is once a year. We usually have over 200 people at the event. Before COVID, we had over 300. It's building back up. But we do require sponsorship for that. We sell tables, dinner tickets, and it's usually a very nice formal event. It's a great evening. and a very encouraging evening because you do see the best of the best there. You know, our first responder partners are always not always seen in the best light, but that night is for us to highlight that best light. So yeah.
Thank you, Magna. And I'm going to finish it up here with we want to be mindful of people's time here. It's already been 20 minutes. Can you believe that? So, on
Well,
my end, Magna, what are the goals? What does the future look like for TIP the next year to 5 years? And do you have any key goals that you would like to accomplish? And more importantly, how does it look like in the Hemet San Jacinto Valley?
so we have been serving Hemet San Jacinto for many years. Our chapter has been around since 1993. And shortly after we started, because the sheriff's department is very familiar with us, um, we've been serving the Hemet San Jacinto area at the request of the sheriff's department. And then a couple of years ago, we started servicing the city of Hemet, because we did partner up with Hemet PD. So we have been in the area serving, and now we're just trying to really, really grow the volunteer base there and the awareness there. As far as the next 3 to 5 years, my goal is always
Mhm.
to bring on 3 new cities/departments on board. Um, 18 to 24 months ago, we started expanding out to the Coachella Valley because we have been mainly in the southwest part of the county. But we now we are serving the sheriff station in Palm Desert and the cities that they cover, as well as Indio, and Indian Wells is coming on board as well. So bring on 3 cities a year. The goal is to really have TIP all over in Riverside County, uh, because the need is there. And as the population grows, so does the need for the support, the need from our first responder as well as from the community.
Perfect, Magna. Thank you so much for joining this morning. We're not done just yet, but everyone, round of applause for Magna this morning. What a great presentation. Really hits home on volunteer. Everyone, please take advantage of this program if you want to volunteer. Some of the stories, I know we didn't get into specifics in regards to what some of the cause Magna mentioned, some of the bullet points in regards to deaths and what they have to do. So kudos to you, Magna, your organization, and Cindy Limke, the board chair. What an amazing friend. That's who really introduced me, Magna, honestly, is how I was able to connect with you. So kudos to Cindy Limke for making this connection and amongst other million other connections that she's done. So at this time, I would like to open it up for questions. Are there any questions for Magna? Anybody? Feel free to raise your hand or just go ahead and speak up if you have any questions.
My question is, Magna, is that I would love to schedule time to come and train my staff on bereavement, on how to handle bereaving people in the law firm.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'll support your events.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, if you go to, I put my email in the chat. I don't know if Ben sends anything afterwards, but you can also give me a call. I'll put my number in the chat.
I'll find you. Thank you.
Okay.
Very nice. Yes, definitely could connect, and we can definitely put her information on the chat box so we can share that. If you're okay, Maya, I'm sorry, we put that on the call there, Magna, your information.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jennifer. All right, great to hear, Jennifer. Awesome. Are there any other questions there this morning? All right, going once.
Hi, I'm Ms. Magda. It's nice to meet you. My name is Ubaldo. You said during your presentation that it was 3 12-hour shifts that it is when.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our shifts are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So you provide your availability. You let us know whether you want day or night or a mixture. And then from your availability, that's where we schedule the 3 shifts where we need you the most, depending on what the calendar looks like.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Ubaldo, I'm gonna have to get you out there, my friend, very soon. All right. Any other questions before we close it out here? We have time for one more.
I had one question
Oh,
too.
perfect.
for any businesses that would like to to partner up and request your services, would there be any sponsorships or partnerships that a business could reach out and offer?
Absolutely. I can sit down and meet with any businesses and see what it is exactly that they're looking to do or wanting to do, and we can work something out. We always want to make sure that um, we have business partners and that we provide training and information as they need it. And of course, if they're wanting to support us, we're always open to that as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Magda.
So they can just reach out.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Magna, and much appreciated. Everyone, round of applause for Magna. It has been a pleasure to have you, the Executive Director of TIPS. What a great opportunity it is to have you here. So thank you once again, Magna.
Thank
It
you
has
for
been a
having me.
pleasure. We will be in touch. That goes without saying, all right? Thank you. All right, everyone. So moving forward here, we have 15 more minutes, and I want to be mindful of everyone's time, and we have so much great energy here. So I'm going to pass it over to continue the momentum going to the board chair of the TIP organization, amongst many other different roles. I know she's with Legacy Bank, a good friend of mine, Miss Cindy Lemke. Cindy, are you on the line?
Good morning. Can you guys hear me? I have a headphone in. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we
Yep.
can.
Good morning, everybody. Cindy Lemke from Saboba's Legacy Bank. I'm so excited to be on this call as I try to be every single time because Ben, you know how to bring it, not just for the city, but for the community, for all of us. And we're so thankful. I am so proud of being from the city of Hemet and being a part of the Valley and just honored to be here. So anything I can do to support and be a part of and be included with, I just honored to be here. I'm so excited also to see all the new faces and this Business Connect that grows and the partnership with the chamber and the city. And so again, just thankful to be here, thankful to be a part of everything that we do. So excited for the parade coming up and all of the things around the parade that's coming up. You have so much going on. And Mayor and Vice Mayor, how you you guys are running around because there's so many things going on and everybody's like sweating and just like out of breath because there's so many things. You know, it is true. When people say there's nothing to do, they're just not tuned in. They don't know what's going on because all you got to do is get on the city's website. You guys are sharing everything, going on social media. You guys share. I love your videos that you're doing with the chamber. Amaya, you're doing a great job. Everybody's sharing what's going on. So you guys are doing a great job with communication. If you don't know what's going on, you're not paying attention. So everybody just keep doing what you're doing. I'm so glad that people are showing up and participating. We're in this momentum. Things are happening and everybody just keep doing what you're doing. Show up and things just continue to happen. So Magda, great presentation. Thank you everybody for doing what you're doing, and let's stay connected and keep showing up.
Thank you, Ms. Lemke. And a quote that I still use to this day: your success is our success, and we're right behind you. That's not my quote, that's Ms. Lemke. I still use it to this day.
Let me help you. Let me help you here.
Okay, you do it. Let's go ahead.
Your goals are our goals because your success is our success.
I knew I was saying it wrong. Thank you so much. I had to hear it from the pro herself. Thank you, Ms. Lemke. Always a pleasure having you, honestly. Moving forward here, just to kind of keep things moving along, we are very happy also. We have a strong relationship with our Riverside County as well. So we do have one of the representatives there from Riverside County. Stephanie, are you on the line? Do I see?
I am. I'm here.
Oh,
Hi.
yes, great. Stephanie, pass it over to our great partner out there, to the county.
Okay. Again, I'm Stephanie Stetham with Riverside County Office of Economic Development. I'm an economic development specialist. I'm also the small business advocate. So I help all of our small businesses with any questions, concerns, or needs that they have. They can always reach out to me. We have a Business Assistance Now program that some of you might not know about, where we can help with permitting, planning, anything you need to start or expand. We have a demographics team, financial resources, and so much more. We also have a specific veterans program as well for that. But I wanted to mention a couple of the programs that we have right now. One of them is through our Thrive program. It's a series of virtual workshops for 6 weeks, once a week, and at the end you can apply for a grant. So right now we have one for businesses wanting to expand internationally, and at the end they can apply for a $5,000 grant. So that's a really great one we have right now. So I'm going to put all this in the chat for you guys. We also have just launched our new dashboards page, which lists dashboards on emerging technologies, manufacturing, retail, tourism, healthcare, foreign trade zones, and GDP. So we have all those dashboards right there. You can click on, get lots of great information and data. So I'll put that in the chat as well. For those of you who are going to our State of the County, we're excited about that. That is going to be December 11th, I believe, at Acrisure Arena. Unfortunately, it's sold out. So if you didn't get tickets, you probably will not get tickets. We have a waiting list of like 100 people already. So it's going to be a really good, successful event. So that's it for me today. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our county partners. And Stephanie, I can attest on the tickets being sold out. Holy moly. What a beautiful event it's going to be. And how, is it pronounced Acrisure? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
That's how I pronounce it, Acrisure.
Acrisure, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tongue twister for me, you know? So December 11th, Stephanie,
Yeah.
State of the County?
Yes.
Perfect, everyone. So again, if you have tickets, we look forward to seeing you there on December 11th, but it is sold out. So definitely, is this televised, the county, Stephanie, at the State of the County? Do you know where they can watch it? Is that possible?
I believe it is, but don't hold me to the fire on that.
No problem. So we'll see if that is. And then we have just a few more minutes here. So I do want to pass it over to two more people, and then I'll open it up for anybody that would like to say any last things here. Alton, I do see you on the line here. Anything from the Western Science Center happening? I know you have a lot of stuff going on. We want to make sure people are aware of all the great stuff you're doing out there.
Sure. A few things that are going on right now. We just opened last month our new exhibit, Life in the Slow Lane, about snails and slugs. Very popular exhibit. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, please do so. We are also opening a new exhibit this Saturday called Whirling and Churning. It's an exhibit about melting glaciers in Alaska, based on National Science Foundation funded research that some of our staff were involved in. So that we have a members reception this Friday night for museum members, and then the public opening is this Saturday. I also want to recognize some support from the city. We recently received a community development grant from the city of Hemet to support our Science Saturday programs. Now, all of our Science Saturday programs are sponsored either by the city of Hemet or by Hemet Unified School District. With the grant support that we received from the city of Hemet, the attendees to our free Science Saturday events on the city sponsored days will also, the first 200 people on attendance will also receive free admission to the museum those days. So we really appreciate the city's support on that. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Alton. It is our pleasure to partner with the Western Science Center. And Alton, ever since our call, I've still been bummed out that no previous civilizations were found in the excavation. I guess next time, maybe, you know? Perfect, everyone. So last but not least, in a 2-minute, we want to do like a little series here. So I don't know if Emery Pat is here to give us a quick update on the community development. Anything that a business should know this month, Emery? What's on the agenda on your side?
Thank you, Ben. Happy to provide a few comments. We have a lot of things going on in the community development department. One of the things citywide is an organizational restructure where we're going to be accepting the divisions of building and safety and code enforcement that used to be under the Division of Life Safety or Department of Life Safety. So they're transitioning from the fire department to community development. We're staffing up. We've recently we actually promoted a planning technician to an assistant planner and an assistant planner to an associate planner. We had a recruitment out there and have an offer on the table to get a new assistant planner, and hopefully we'll have a principal planner coming on board soon. So we'll have a full staff here. to process a lot of development applications that are going on. Just this last Tuesday evening, as I spoke about in our breakout group, the Planning Commission recommended approval, I should say, to the City Council, approval of a specific plan amendment for the Tres Cerritos West specific plan, which is located north of Florida Avenue, east of Warren Road. This would be for 269 new single-family homes up in the hillside area. That project includes a tract map, the design review, a model home complex, and a development agreement amendment. That'll be coming forth to City Council on December 9th. The Planning Commission also approved last night an extension of time for a retirement community called the Latham. It's on Latham Avenue near the mall on a vacant site. It'll be another 200 plus residential units to facilitate the elderly community here in town. As I'm sure many of you are aware, we have a lot of industrial projects that'll be moving forth in the next year or so, nothing in the immediate future. We have a lot of good commercial development projects going on. We have 2 DRCs today. Right after this meeting, in about 5 minutes, we're going to get started. An expansion to the Tim Moran Hyundai dealership with a facade improvement. And we have another tentative map for the shopping center where the Stater Brothers is located on Sanderson and Florida Avenue. They're going to be parceling out that. The proposal is to parcel that out, so each building owner will have their own portion of that site that will become their responsibility. A multitude of things going on. We have a lot of affordable housing projects moving forth in the next quarter or early next year. You should be seeing a couple of affordable apartment projects moving forth. Just a lot of exciting things going on here, and in the near future in some of these meetings. If anybody would like any briefings on a particular project, please let me know. I'm always more than happy to reach out. And then also, just again, for any new business owner that might be interested in conducting or opening a new business here in Hemet, please come and see our planning staff and our business license staff so we can help you do your due diligence before you open to make sure that everything's going through proper protocols and procedures, so you don't end up with any kind of hiccups or snags trying to get your business open. We really want to get you open as soon as possible, but there are rules and regulations that we have to abide by that we can't get around. So everybody, if you know those things in advance, it always makes things go a little smoother.
Thank you, Emery. Perfect, everyone. So as you heard from the Community Development Department, we have a lot of stuff happening. Economic development, as you've seen, we've been busy. We're bringing in the business. Now that we brought them in, well, they have to go through entitlements, and we're very grateful that we have a great team, department, community development, our engineering department, building. We're moving things along. And I told this last week to the team when we had our director meeting. Coming from LA County, we don't experience these kinds of developments coming in all at once. Here in the city of Hemet, we are producing and we're pumping out hundreds of applications, folks, for entitlements. And this is rare when you have this kind of blow up. So what does that tell you? We have great momentum. And with that said, next year, stay in tune, everyone. We're going to have we're going to have another amazing set of business calls from the semiconductor industry, from aerospace, from filming. Folks, I'm already getting the lineup for next year. It's going to be exciting. We may or may not have a Business Connect call next month just due to the holidays, and then on the 18th, I believe there's a Hemet San Jacinto Student of the Month. So this may or may not be the last one for this year, but if it is, it's been fantastic seeing everyone's faces. Before we conclude, though, is there anybody on the line that would like to say anything that for the line of order that hasn't said anything? This will be your time, and don't be shy. This is what these calls are for, if you would like to say something. All right, don't see anybody. Perfect. I'll pass it over to the mayor to lead us on some closing remarks. Mayor?
Actually, I want to give it to Mayor Pro Tem Linda because she hasn't said any remarks.
Vice Mayor?
Hey, Jackie, this is the thing. Don't give her the microphone. But I do have 2 things to say, and one is to Alton Dooley. Are your Saturdays, Science Saturdays, Zoom calls, or are they just in person now?
Science Saturdays are in-person events aimed especially at families with younger children. So they're free outdoor activities that are designed by our educators and then conducted by student volunteers.
Yeah, I got hooked on Science Saturdays during COVID because they were on Zoom, and I would come in and I'd learn all sorts of things about out there. But I do
during COVID we were doing them online, but normally they're in-person events on the first Saturday of every month.
Very good. Thank you. And I wanted to add to what both Ben and Cindy Lemke said about the chamber. And the additional quote that you can add to the chamber, and a reason to join the chamber, is that people do business with people they know.
Mm-hmm.
And the chamber is the most excellent place to get to know all of the different business owners in town. So join the chamber and increase your business horizons, and we all grow together. So other than that, happy holidays. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. And Ben, you deserve about 20-minute break. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Vice Mayor, on that one. Everyone, what an amazing mayor. Please, any final words? If this might be our last Business Connect call for the year here.
No, just everybody have a great holiday season. I know Thanksgiving's one of my favorite holidays, so don't eat too much and drive safely and don't drink too much.
That's amazing. Everyone, if we don't have a Connect call next month, thank you for joining the City of Hemet beautiful 2025 Ride for Business Connect. We started off strong and we ended even stronger. We've had more members. We continue to grow, and 2026 calls are going to be off the chart. And I'm hoping for next year to end the Business Connect calls. I would like to have a in-person Christmas Business Connect call next year in December. So I know it's too short this time around, but as we build all year, I would like to have a Business Connect Christmas meeting in person. So for 2026, I think that'll be great. Have 11 virtual, 1 in person, like a Christmas party. So I see everyone liking the idea. I'll ride. I'm glad I mentioned it. Everyone, be safe.
The chamber Christmas party at Soboba, it really is beautiful, and you guys will love it. It's so much fun.
Good point on that one. Thank you, Cindy, on that. So we may have to promote it that way and go from there. Everyone, on behalf of the City of Hemet, the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce, the Valleys, the whole Valley, Soboba, our cities to the north, City of San Jacinto, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Happy holidays, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Happy
Thank you.